Hello, all, and welcome to the very first What's in the Vault. This is the little section of my YouTube channel where I get to show and tell some of my stuff for the channel in a nice, soft ASMR fashion. Hopefully, give you a little kind of tappy tingles, I guess you could say. Anyways, today I will be showing you some of my I guess you would call them movie box sets. Not really like anything big, just a compilation of movies into one box set. So, nothing too unique here, but I'm just gonna start small and see where that leads. And here we go. First introduction. Tropic Thunder. Envy. And Black Sheep. This is a comedy box set that I saw online and I picked it up. I have seen all three of these movies. I probably seen Black Sheep more than any of the other two, but I've saw Tropic Thunder and Envy at least once, so I might not remember fully, but I do know they were some funny movies. This kind of box set is more of kind of like, as it says, a holiday gift box set. As you can see, we got a little saying in here. This holiday season, I wanted to get you a gift I was sure you'd enjoy. Then it has a little fruit cake kind of thing. Then it opens up to the store was out of fruitcake. Hope you enjoy the movies, in which they are all brilliant comedy movies. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of each. Obviously, it's just the movies inside a box, but I will give you a good, nice look at the box. The box is to say. First, we have Tropic Thunder. This movie is simply about actors in a war movie that gets put in a real life situation and they don't realize it's real life. They think they're still making a movie, and that is just not the case. And that is pretty much the premise of this movie. A wacky premise, but a premise made for a comedy movie that works well. This stars Jack Black, Ben Stiller, and Robert Downey Jr. A few comic legends in this movie. Part of the reason I wanted to kind of show my stuff in this format is to kind of put things in a spotlight where they get shown more than just a couple of seconds in a video. Get a chance to kind of take in what I'm showing, in a sense. Then we got the movie Envy, which I guess in a very, very, very simplistic term, that is kind of the premise of this movie. This also stars Ben Stiller and Jack Black, which pretty much the concept of the movie is Stiller's character gets jealous because Black's character has an idea and it ends up taking off, and he ends up, well, making a lot of money off the idea. I don't remember every little detail of how it came to be. I just know that it's basically a movie between Stiller and Black's characters, how they interact with each other during this kind of a concept where you're jealous of a friend or something because some ridiculous idea ended up being a hit or whatever. And then the final movie of this specific box set is called Black Sheep, which stars the comic duo of Chris Farley and David Spade. They have worked in other sketch comedies and movies together, so the chemistry between the two is, well, good. This movie kind of falls in line in the same sense of humor as Chris Farley's other movie, Tommy Boy. So a lot of the same kind of humor comes into this one. What it's about is basically Farley's character is kind of a bumbling buffoon that is trying to help his brothers, or help his brother, win an election campaign. But since he's a bumbling buffoon, a lot of comedic stuff happens along the way of trying to help his brother. And David Spade's character is kinda along just for the ride, in a sense. If what I remember of this movie is correct. A lot of these movies I haven't watched in forever are in well, some cases have not seen, because there's still a lot of stuff in my, well, vault that I have not seen. That is the first box set, so I'm gonna try to slip this back in. Alright, that worked out well. I felt like I had a lot more difficult time getting that put into place. My next box set, another comic comedy series, which I don't want to say this is Jim Carrey's first big hit, because I do not really know, but it's definitely one of his more known projects. The Ace Ventura movies. Ventura movies. Which has Pet Detective and also When Nature Calls. Very simple kind of box. Just kinds of slides right off. And then we have, well, we have 2 movies, and there's actually also a third disc, which has a couple of episodes of the cartoon series that was on for a short time. And these are very different kind of cases, the very slim cases. A Pet Detective. It's really hard to say necessarily what these are going to be exactly about. They're just really kind of off-the-wall comedies. The name pretty much says it all. He is a detective that hunts down missing pets. And so, yeah, that is pretty much the premise of the film. The real magic of the film is not so much the story as it is the character Jim Carrey brings to life with this ridiculous detective. Trying out a few, don't want to necessarily call it different styles, just I don't really have a rhythm on the whole tapping yet, since this is kind of my first attempt. Probably not probably, but my least favorite of the two movies is When Nature Calls. I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't find it as funny, or maybe maybe it was because it was too much of the same. I don't really know what the problem was with the second film for me. It just wasn't as highly regarded for me. I can't really say I remember much from the film, other than a few like little scenes and such. I can't really narrate. Well, not. I can't really tell you what this one is specifically about. I do remember it having some funny parts, so it's not like I don't necessarily not like the film. It just wasn't my favorite of the series. Then to briefly look at, we got a couple episodes of the animated series, which is actually just a bonus in this. I'm sure there's a complete set out there somewhere that you can get for the complete series. But this has 3 episodes, which is The Reindeer Hunter, Natural Born Koalas, which I think I roughly remember actually seeing that episode. It's like one of them things that I unlock in the back of my brain that I remember seeing before. It just rings a bell, something. Then we have Dragon Guy. And that is the 3 bonus episodes that is with this box set. And that makes up the Ace Ventura box set. That's I have a couple more to show you, 2 more to be exact. This first one is kind of neat. It's the Ocean's Trilogy collection. This has a nice little texture. Even has a little texture on top. Not much on the back, but are you in or out? This is in Blu-ray, and there's even a special little bonus trinket in this collection. So the bonus in this little collection, you have a couple of dice, which is kind of a red see-through with white printing, a lot like they have in casinos and such. You have a deck of cards, which, if I had these already open, I would give you a little bit of triggers with them. Maybe that can be something for a future video. Triggers with playing cards. That could be an interesting thing. Again, has the same saying, are you in or out? Again, has this little holder for it. Nothing too ultimately special. Then we have the movies. These movies has a all-star cast. Some of the big ones being George Clooney, and just so I don't accidentally say Matt Damon, Brad Pitt. I only really remember the Ocean's 11. I know I've seen Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13 once, but I definitely need to rewatch them because I don't really remember the concept of them. I remember the Ocean's 11 more than I do the other two. Little notch in the case. Well, not really notch, but just where the cases are shut. The case is shut. This has all Ocean's 11. Ocean's 12. And Ocean's 13. a bit louder than what I thought it would. That satisfying slide into place. It's a very satisfying cling. And last but very, very far from the very least, we have the Bourne trilogy. This one is a pretty sturdy box set. To be honest, kind of the same scenario with the Oceans movies. I know I've seen the first one. I even think I might have seen the second one in the series. I don't think I've seen the third one though. Unlike Oceans, I can't really tell you what the movies are exactly about because I don't remember the plot points of the movies, other than Matt Damon. He plays a secret agent. I can't remember what organization though. This is a pretty neat box set though, and more kind of movie cinematic artwork on the back. I'm not sure if this has a very, very weak magnet in it or not, or something. Because it automatically just kind of shuts like that. So I think it has a kind of weak magnet in it. And then that's so when you have this up, you then flip this out, and more artwork, and then you have the movies inside the case. And of course we have the Bourne Identity. So part of the reason why I chose tapping instead of other triggers is, on a personal level for me, I like to listen to tapping on like video game, DVD, CD cases, that kind of thing. Tapping is one of my favorite things to listen to while asleep. So that is pretty much the main reason I decided to go with a kind of tapping soft-spoken mix. Obviously, my main goal is to get better over time just by doing it more. That's kind of a little bit better, deeper tapping sound, I think. Maybe it's just how I'm holding it. Like I said before, even though this is the one I remember most, I couldn't really tell you what it was about. But we got The Bourne Identity. It's a really good action movie. I guess I should have said before that the ocean movies is kind of heist movies, so if you're into that, then you'll probably love the movies. This is The Bourne Supremacy. So this series basically stars a character named Jason Bourne. He's an agent, thus why they work the name Bourne into all the titles, because Jason Bourne. This one's a little bit trickier to get out since it's right in the bottom. Then we got The Bourne Ultimatum. The Bourne Ultimatum. There we go. Yes, I had a brain freeze for a minute. On a very, very, very minor note, I think I like the artwork to the first couple of movies better than this one. Like they didn't keep the same color scheme. Maybe that has to do with something, like maybe this movie takes a different turn than other two movies, so maybe it's supposed to represent something like more mature, more different, maybe? I couldn't really tell you because I really don't think I've seen this one. The back of the cases is pretty much the same one on all 3 discs. Just this little like Blu-ray exclusive view control kind of interface where it showed a little bit kind of back when Blu-rays first came out, the whole controlling like the whole scene in a scene kind of thing where they would put like little extra scenes into the part of the movie where the scene is talking about, like if it was a backstage clip or something like that. was kind of a big advertisement with on Blu-ray cases for that kind of thing. I never personally used it. Most I enjoy from like extras is I sometimes listen to movie commentaries and such. That's something I usually enjoy. Alright. Let's get these back into place. That is everything. Everything I wanted to show in this video. And there will be many, many, many more to come. So with these being gone through, one of the things I'm doing to make sure I don't repeat myself, unless I want to come back to something specific, like maybe the deck of cards in the oceans thing. As I work through these, they are gonna somehow go on the shelf behind me, and that is what I'm gonna use as kind of a like a timeline guide to see how far I come. Yeah, something like that. Thank you guys for watching my